Detective O'Malley reporting case number CR 1925-04165. A homicide in a well-established speakeasy occurred this week. At the time of the murder, there were 11 suspects being investigated, including myself. They were as follows. The owner, notoriously frugal, has ties to the Italian mafia. To what degree, I'm not sure. The bouncer runs security at the speakeasy. Pretty easy going if you aren't an asshole. The twin bartender has done many illegal things while impersonating their twin. The flapper. I don't have much on her, but she just seems to be trying to make an honest living. The gambler. Other than his blatant gambling addiction, I don't have much on him at all. Seems to have some light ties with the mafia as well. More than likely, just a debt. The businessman. The business she's a part of is anything but honest. Very unsubtly part of the mafia, specifically debt collection. The undercover cop. She has a very convincing cover as a femme fatale type. We've rubbed elbows a number of times. We both understand that sometimes the law isn't enough to get the job done. The musician. Very talented pianist that was given the boot and since then has found a lot of work at mafia meetings. The fortune teller. A so-called medium. I'd like to note her involvement with cases where some evidence could not be explained by science or reason. The town drunk. A short-tempered drunkard. I don't have much else to add. There was a lot of evidence to consider, and according to the judgment of the investigative team, an arrest was made. There was only one answer from the start, and the team knew it from the beginning. The musician was clearly the culprit. Let's walk a mile in his shoes, shall we? You're a renowned piano player with a very serious talent for tickling the ivories. You're fired with no warning and replaced by a skeleton with a ridiculous name. You confront the man who fired you, only to be threatened. You turn to the mafia to get by, and in their company, you learn a thing or two about taking what you want. You've also come into possession of a firearm. Already having thoughts of harming the owner, your closest friend, the flapper, comes to you and confides that your former coworker has treated her worse than dirt. Now, you have two heads to roll. You pay your way into the speakeasy and ask around to figure out how to shut the lights off, since you can't get to the bartender or the owner alone with it as crowded as it is. The owner leaves the room just as the lights go out, so you take out the bartender, and the lights turn back on but just before you can go for the owner. Damn! It's hard to know whether I'd act differently if I were in his shoes. Hopefully I'll never know. That was a good arrest on your part. I'll be sure to call you if I need your help again.